the one that stays neutral will be Jim. He's like the most neutral person.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Are you saying that Jim doesn't have a personality, Dave? I'm already, creating your...
Welcome back to Direct Edition, a podcast about nothing and everything. Today I welcome back Shawn Crystal and Matteo Scalera, comic book creators and ink pulpers. That's right, Ink Daddy Shawn and the Italian stallion Matteo are back together to promote the fact that they are all going to be at OAX. Yes, all of them. Shawn Crystal, Matteo Scalera, last week's guest Eric Canete, Homeboy, Jim Mahfood, and Jazzy Jamie Wood. I love these guys. I love the community that they've created. I enjoy talking to them, and I'll be enjoying hanging out with them. It's kind of like a bit of the people I grew up with. We just joke around, and then we talk about stuff that's important. It's a nice mix of both of those things. But this weekend coming up is OAX in Orlando, the original art expo. So the whole Inkpulp crew is going to be there, and then they're going to start their first ever Inkpulp tour, doing signings in 4 stores: Blackbird Comics, Third Eye Comics, Heroes Aren't Hard to Find in North Carolina, and Forbidden Planet in New York City. So you're going to find all that information out on the podcast, but also you can check out in the description below to see the times and dates and all that stuff. I'm really excited for them to start their first tour. It's an old school kind of punk rock. Everybody gets in a van and hops in and signs, and I'm sure there's going to be some war stories and, well, probably a lot of junk food eaten, but, the van will probably smell after a while, but that's not something I have to deal with. That's on them. And Matteo has coming up his Kickstarter for his creator-owned book, The Fourth Father, so we get into talking about that as it gets closer to the hopeful March 17th start of that campaign. And like I said, it kind of feels like talking to friends that I grew up with. Like, it's just all in good fun. Anyway, let's get talking to Shawn Crystal and Matteo Scalera. Oh yeah, and bird shit and heroin, obviously. Exactly. Oh, hello, we're recording. Let me just go back to reading this comic. Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Direct Edition, a podcast about who's on the Epstein list. I mean, a podcast about nothing and everything.
Guilty.
I really don't need to do an introduction here. I'm here with Shawn Crystal and Matteo Scalera.
And another pedophile.
Wait, Matteo, I have to ask you, how are you feeling with 2 Jews in the room at one time?
Oh my God.
That's a lot.
I feel like a minority for once.
You are.
That's not a good feeling.
Well, I mean, this is really the we're gonna teach everybody today how to make the ultimate pizza bagel. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I've heard about the famous pizza bagel. Which
I gotta say,
good to me, but hey,
it's not good. When I was young and high, I ate them. But if you want pizza, have pizza. If you want a bagel, have a bagel. The two don't mix very well.
Not really. No, not really. And when you're old and high, you really kind of want to craft the perfect meal when you're high.
Yes.
And the pizza bagel's not it. Bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel? Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, that's a good one.
Egg and cheese, I approve. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're vegetarian, but not vegan?
Yeah, no, I'm not vegan. No. I'm an asshole, but not that much.
And that's the podcast.
And here goes 15% of Dave's audience.
Yeah, they stick around for some of this, but yeah, this kind of talk, they'll just be like, I wanted to hear about comics. So I have to be frank with my audience. I am being paid $10,000 for this, to have these two on to talk about things such as, Matteo's upcoming Kickstarter, OAX, the Inkpulp tour. But thanks for coming. It's nice to see you guys. It kind of gets me prepared for what I have to deal with for 3 days in Orlando with you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, right. You're gonna be there. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. So you'll get to be a part.
Dave is he's our breakfast compadre. Last year, it was me and Dave for breakfast every morning.
Yeah, it was good stuff. Because, so
we already know what we're going to eat, what we're going to have for breakfast.
Exactly. Yeah, we're gonna have, and then we have. Well, we also have to find a place that serves haggis for Jamie.
I'm out.
Oh yeah.
So everybody that's seeing this right now, it's OAX week, and this is the first time the entire crew's going to be there together. Because first year it was Shawn and Jim, but Matteo, you weren't there, right?
No, this is my first time over there, so I'm curious. I'm really excited to see what the fuss is about. So I hear great things about the show. So is it your first time for you as well at OAX? So were you there?
This is my third year. I was.
Oh, okay.
I'm a veteran at this point.
Yeah.
And this time, finally, Kazra did the right thing and gave me a pass, a media badge.
Nice. Awesome.
Oh, I mean, technically he did last year, but I had to kind of harass him for it. This year I didn't.
Good.
It came naturally.
Are you gonna
exactly?
Are you going to be recording podcast material there again?
I'll be recording a video for Davengers. For this channel, I don't know. Like there may be a room that I can use, but it would be one of those things where like I could do like 10 minutes with this person or 10 minutes with this person.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, but as a rule of thumb, I don't like to bother people for interviews when they're trying to make money. What we did last year, like I handed you the mic and we just talked about your process for 3 minutes. Like that's great. But I feel like if I'm asking an artist for 10 or 15 minutes of their time, like that's money that could be made at the table.
True that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. I think it's one thing that a lot of YouTubers have no fucking common sense on is that they go to a con and they're like, oh, can I interview at the table? And it's like, I think a lot of artists will say yes because they don't want to say no. And I'd rather not put somebody in that position.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Like, that's what happens to me a lot of times. I'm just trying to be nice. Well, I don't actually want to do it, but
Well, because I mean, we've all probably had our experiences at cons meeting somebody that we wanted to meet, and we've all had at least one bad experience where that person's not in a good mood. And it's like, I don't want to force somebody to feel that way, but at the same time, I understand from your perspective is like, you don't want to be perceived as the guy at a con that somebody came up to and you're like, no, I don't want to, or no, I don't have the time.
Yeah. Why is that not okay? Like, I mean, I'm like Matteo. I'll always do the nice thing, but but to a fault, like I have trouble saying no, and it's something I'm trying to work on. But like, why can't people simply just be like, I'm sorry, I got too much going on, so I'm gonna have to decline, and then the person's hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and this is from the perspective of going to the con, it's like you're paying this money to go and meet all these people and buy stuff and, interact with artists. And it's like, you're going in a good mood, like being like, oh, I'm going to meet this person. When somebody says no, it's like, well, I can see the perspective playing the devil's advocate of like, well, then why are you here?
No, I get that. Meeting, yes, but like sitting down.
Yeah, meeting, having a conversation with a person. I'll never deny that because that's
doing an interview.
People are there. Is doing the extra thing of, recording or stuff like that. But to be fair, like if I have time, like it happened to me that I had time at some shows, I have no problem because I don't have anything else to do. Totally. Like the problems come if you catch me in a really busy moment. Like for example, New York. There's no way I'm not going to be busy in New York. I'm going to be constantly busy unless it's the last hour of the show where, things are slowing down. In that case, there's no, there's a fair chance you're not going to find me busy. But other than that, like New York, it's notoriously a super busy show.
Right.
Of course.
And you can tell already by looking at me, at how frantic I am in that moment by trying to handling everything that I have to do. So, if I'm stressed out, it's harder for me to say yes. I had to say no to some stuff sometimes, but
and it should be okay. Like Shawn said. Yeah. Should
Yeah,
be
as
okay
long
to
as
say
you're
no.
polite, and you can't, not to be too psychological about that, but you can be responsible for people feeling like all you
Right.
can
Very
do is
true.
do your best being, polite. And then if your reply is not welcome, that's you can't control that.
Yeah. And, it's different, so much different even like than 15 years ago where like, if I have a bad experience with somebody at a con, I can go online and just be like, this person was an asshole. But
Right.
I've seen that backfire on people so many times because I've
Cool.
seen people post stuff and be like, this person was a jerk. And everybody chimes in like, yeah, that was not my experience whatsoever at that same con, that same weekend.
Well,
you
I
know?
mean, look, to be fair, when it comes to all of us, Matteo, Jim, me, well, not Eric, but us three, we're always very pleasant to meet
Very.
and be around. And in the rare occasion where we say no, we are overly apologetic about it.
Yeah. And
Cut to
oh, sorry.
Orlando OAX in a few days from now.
Can't wait to put a
at the
clip.
table. Matteo, I'm like, fuck off, Dave. Go away. Leave me alone.
That would be great if I get all my friends to do like just a clip of being like, fuck off, Dave. And that's the beginning of the OAX video is just everybody telling me to fuck off.
You should do that. That'd be fun.
I'm totally down. I mean, and it's something that we all have grown into being, veteran artists and con, exhibitors and con goers. Like I would kill to have a full all access video of like San Diego Comic-Con 1989, just to see what that was like. And
oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's part of how I view OAX is like, it's my job to go in and document it in a way that speaks to my audience and the people that are into comic art instead of like some, fluff piece or, like some, look at the one, amazing piece of art that I bought and it's like, well, there's, 150 people exhibiting here. So,
that's a cool hoodie you got on there, Dave. I gotta say.
Oh yeah. I got, it showed up at my doorstep before I went to Japan.
God,
I don't know.
Horrible, man. Who's the artist?
I think it's Billy Crystal, actually, believe it or not, the veteran actor.
That's why it's so bad because it's just an actor, it's not a real artist. Okay,
I hear Billy Crystal's going to be selling them at OAX. So
yes, and it's not Billy Crystal, it's actually his son Shawn. That's you.
my bad.
You've been making money off your dad's name for decades now.
That's all I got. What am I going to do?
So OAX is going to be this big kind of like event for you guys all together. Inkpulp, Shawn, you and Matteo and Eric.
Shawn is going to meet Sally over there.
That's right. And we're gonna have to suffer through a diner scene with him moaning, not Sally.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's my turn.
So let's get into the what's going to happen after OAX. It's the first ever Inkpulp tour, which I watched you on the fly, like one Wednesday night, mention it before it was even something that, was a real thing. You had said it. And then like everybody kind of got hyped in the chat. And I think, it was you and Jim talking about it, I believe. That's where it started.
Mateo's had this idea for a long time.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Not an Inkpulp, but a tour. I think when he was doing Black Science. Actually, Matteo, you tell it. I don't want to tell your story.
Yeah. The first time I thought about doing it was when we were about to close of a Black Science. And Rick Remender, the writer, had other books going on with other artists, and we're all getting along really, really well. So it was like, you know what? Why don't we celebrate the end of Black Science? We do a sort of tour to make it easier for Rick. It's gonna be on the West Coast, and we do like 4 or 5 stops. The same thing that we're doing now. So basically, 4 or 5 stops. We're gonna keep it short because people have families. Back then I didn't, so to me it could have lasted a month, and I wouldn't care. But and we bring over all the other guys like Jerome Opeña, Wes Craig, and all the other guys that are doing books with you. And then things got complicated. Then if I remember correctly, Rick's father started getting really sick. So, it was a series of things so that, the whole thing didn't happen. And then, but I've always said that, that thing of doing this tour, and yeah, finally we'll, if Jamie and I don't get stopped at the customs, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, seriously, right? I mean, him speaking in a Scottish accent, you with your Italian, I'm pretty sure they would just get confused and be like, all right, come on, let's go.
Yeah. No, to be fair, like it's just the whole. There's a lot of noise about this thing, and nothing happens. Like they let you in exactly like they used to, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it'll be fine. But yeah, so Matteo had that idea. I always liked the idea. I mean, as a kid, growing up on punk rock, you heard about these van tours all the time, and you're like, that would be so cool to have a reason to do that. And so I think when I said it on the show, I was like, that would be awesome. But we didn't have a reason behind it yet. Like, what are we going on tour for? And Matteo, it was actually shortly after I said that on the live show, Matteo was talking, and we were talking about how to spread the word about the Kickstarter. And Matteo was like, well, maybe we should do that tour. And I had just said it with Jim. So Jim was like, yeah, maybe we should do it. Because Jim would have at least one of his creator-owned books out at the time in his sketchbooks. I knew I'd have Cyan and Magenta out. And Eric already has Arcathena. And Matteo would be the next person to do it. So I was like, yeah, this is a perfect opportunity. And then the timing the timing worked out great, because it was like OAX wanted the Inkpulp crew there. So we're like, oh, well, that seems like a perfect place to start it. And then we had been hearing about Blackbird Comics there and talking to them because we were trying to get them on the podcast.
Yeah.
In fact, we started two interviews with them, but there were so many technical difficulties. One was because there was like a hurricane coming through.
I remember that, yeah.
And so we were like, well, let's just record it when we're there. And you guys want to have a signing? And then we just planned it from there.
That'll be fun for people to watch a lot. Or is it going to be done in front of an audience, the podcast recording?
I don't know that we've figured that out yet, but in my mind, I think it would be the way to go. We got to ask Jamie. It's up to Jamie and what he says is going to be ideal for recording. But if we can, I think that'd be the way to go.
This is, I mean, like, I know last year Tynion did his Exquisite Corpse tour, and I think Tyler Boss did one, or somebody, there was another one. But I mean, it's a brilliant move to return to basically the idea of a street team, like your own marketing in person. And I don't think we've had any of that in the last, like previous to last year. I don't remember seeing anything like that in the last 20 years in comics. And also want to mention that this really comes at an opportune time for Eric, because Absolute Batman 17 comes out this week.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
Oh, yeah.
Kismet. Yeah, that just happened to fall, and it just so anybody I was approaching about the tour was like, and also you're gonna have the #1 comic out with one of the artists signing at your shop. So I think that was
not the #1 artist, but the #1 comic.
Well, you'll be there. So Matteo, the #1 artist, will be there. It just won't be.
I think what you should do is, just to fuck with each other, is have a live ballot voting system of ranking each artist in a tier, and then you guys can reveal it after the signing's done, and then either cry or beat the crap out of each other, like whatever it is.
Awesome.
I know how that'll go. Jim and I will both knock ourselves down a bit, and Matteo and Eric will fight it out. And Matteo will be having fun with it. Eric will get very serious about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then that van ride to the next city will be extremely uncomfortable and awkward. Jamie's gonna have to be like, all right, Eric up here and Matteo back there, and
Dude, what if this tour kills Inkpulp? Like the shows are done.
Well, I mean,
usually.
I guess
Oh, go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
no, I guess the thing is like, who the one that stays neutral will be Jim. He's like the most neutral person.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know.
Are you saying that Jim doesn't have a personality, Dave? I'm already, creating people from the group.
It's gonna be secret. It's gonna be like Spinal Tap. Jamie's gonna film him like speaking shit to Jim, like, you know what Jim's doing, and going over to Eric. Have you seen what Jim's been saying?
There's a thing like with music bands. I'm not talking about the ones that make it, but generally speaking, like the standard music band, like amongst friends, like I would say 70 or 80 of them, they just split up. 80% of them just split up after they record the first album.
Yeah.
Just the stress of being all together in a room recording for like a week, that breaks a lot of bands. So that's what's going to happen to us.
No. So I basically, I've built this vaporizer system that I'm just going to keep a steady flow.
Everybody's going to be high the whole time,
pumping into the car. Everyone's going to be very happy and very chill, and just hungry. I just got to stop a lot. That's it.
I mean, it's surprising that to anyone.
Oh wow!
Now that podcast is here, Dave. Were you ready?
Yep. Now it's here. We finally got that. It took literally separate interviews with every single one of you to just get to that moment.
Well, that only happens when we're together. That's the magic.
Yeah. Especially, I think it's you two.
Like Matteo said, because you asked, you're like, well, when you come on the show, it's like your first time. You guys are really nice. And we're like, well, if we're coming on together, it's gonna be a bomb.
Well, I mean, look, I get my revenge in a couple months when I come on Inkpulp. So hey,
yes,
that's right, man. Oh, that's gonna be fun, man.
Yeah, and I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I will just make sure to stay on my toes on every way, shape, and form.
It's coming from all angles.
It's going to basically be like a bukkake interview. It's just going to be coming from all places.
Bukkake insults. Oh, Dave, I meant to say thank you for that cyan copy in the background there.
Oh, of course, dude. Yeah. And you see what's next to it? The Godzilla painting, which I still haven't gotten framed.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's hard to see with the blue lights. But yeah, so getting back to the tour in the van. So what stores are we hitting? So you're hitting Blackbird in Orlando. I know that Heroes is one in North Carolina, Third Eye in Maryland.
Third Eye in Annapolis, and Forbidden Planet in New York.
Okay, so 4 stores, and 4 of the most notable, if not the most notable stores on the East Coast.
Yeah, and I mean, we're on kind of a secret mission to talk to these stores, because we're all trying these independent self-published ventures out. And I think one of the big hurdles with going into self-publishing is the distribution. We can all distribute from our sites, and I mean, a lot of the, like, Matteo's got a huge fan base, so it's not that big a deal. But if you're a young independent artist, getting people to see your book is tough. And then also the shops, we want to be able to support the shops and have them support us. I mean, the industry is changing in exciting ways. And one of the ways is there's a giant independent movement happening. So if we can use this tour to have these conversations on camera about what can we do as independent creators to help you guys, sell books from independent creators. Like, what's the bridge? How can we build the bridge? And so that hopefully that information comes through well in the documentary and can help build a future, because direct distribution for independent creators is never a good thing.
It's barely existent if that at all.
I mean, if you're in the catalog, it's so impossible to get noticed.
But you're also doing this thing which I think you're going to see really big effect and a big wave of it after the tour's done. You're bridging the gap between the internet community and the comic shop community. And you're going to be showing people that, hey, we have this hub, this channel where all of us do a thing on. And those people, and then you're also going to be like showing those people, but we still, we're still trying to get our books in shops. We're not just selling them to you direct. Yeah. And that's a huge thing. I mean, since 2021, I think I've been to, let's just say 150 comic shops around the world, between this country, Canada, the UK, Japan. And there are some shops that are in the know of like the internet community in a, like whether it's you guys or it's me or it's Cartoonist Kayfabe or whatever.
Right.
But there's so many other shops that don't know that they can pull people locally that are in these communities, that are in Inkpulp, whatever, into their shops. And once that gets out a little bit more, and I think this tour is definitely going to help that, I think you're going to see the tightness of the comic community get even tighter, like between the shops and the online communities in a positive way.
That'd be amazing. That'd be incredible. Yeah. And I mean, the shops we picked for a reason. They're all very progressive minded. They're all doing well at a time where a lot of shops are not doing well. So we want to learn from them too. Like, what are you guys doing? Like Blackbird, like, tell us, how do you win an Eisner? Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And,
or you ask me like in a year from now, and I'll tell you.
Well, not even a year, Matteo. You're gonna sweep the Kirby Awards at OAS. So.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, that's right. Even though he can only win one, somehow he's going to sweep them all.
Yeah, he's gonna sweep them all. We told Kazra on the podcast, Matteo's gonna sweep them all. Like,
yeah, I did see that. I think when you slipped him the cash bag is when you really solidified the sweep, and the 14 MODOK commissions that you all did for him. But I mean, I know obviously Forbidden Planet because I grew up in New York, so I used to pop in there once in a while. But Third Eye seems to be like the model right now for a comic store.
I mean, all the shops we're dealing with are incredible. But Third Eye. Go ahead, Matteo.
Yeah, no, it's related to that. Sorry to interrupt, but so when you say it's the model, what differs from the other shops as a model?
They have a YouTube channel where they have a little kind of like segment called In the Stacks, so that's big. Everybody does a signing. They court everybody for a signing. They flew out Daniel Warren Johnson. They've had Zdarsky. They're grabbing people from all over the country. They have an amazing, and I'm not an online comic shopper, but they have an amazing website that I'll order from. Jim Rugg did his Youngblood variant, the Absolute Batman homage, and I bought copies from them. And their like exclusives are fantastic. They're not just throwing shit out. They are reaching and grabbing great artists to do exclusive covers. Their prices are great for their exclusives. Like and then I've never been there in person, but I've talked to DWJ, I've talked to Jim about it. Everybody loves going to that shop.
Yeah, I had a signing there when I did Illuminati. They're an old school shop, but at the same time they've embraced the technology. And nothing's changed in their old school ways, but they, like, the minute I emailed them, it was like an immediate yes. They have a designer that they got me in touch with so I could get all my logos to them. They built a flyer. They are staffed for stuff well beyond just a brick and mortar store.
Yes,
because I mean, like, we were not asking anyone for any money for anything. Our plan was, we want to come to your shop and help you make money
and bring the money in, right?
Right. So that you can see the benefit of getting involved with independent creators. But the first thing they said was like, we'll get you a hotel and we're taking you out for dinner.
Oh,
and
shit.
I was like, I wasn't asking for that, but sure. Okay.
And one other thing, which I I'm only on Facebook just to promote the stuff that I do. I'm not, but they're really good at their marketing because they know that I'm sure their comic audience is, let's say 90%, let's be generous, 90% male. All of their marketing done online is with their female employees. They're not like scantily clad or anything. They're alt women, alt females. They've got piercings and tattoos, and I'm like, oh, exactly who you're speaking to right here when you're, showing off the new books. I'm like, fuck yeah.
But also on the same vein, it can attract some younger females into a store that they might be intimidated to go into.
Yeah, totally. And we could use all the female readership we could get.
Yeah. So I mean, all the stores we're going to, I applaud. The Third Eye was just kind of like threw me back a little bit. But I think our experience at every store will have an element of that specific. Like Blackbird, I think is going to blow us away. The fact that I went to their website and they have vinyls and they have what looks to be an incredible cafe with coffee.
Oh,
so I'm very excited. It doesn't look like a shitty little thing. It's I think their coffee business is a big part of their business. And I see people who aren't comic book. I did a little research. I saw a few people on their stories that had posted about their matcha latte or whatever they were getting and how much they love it. And they go there every day for it. And then I went to that person's page to see who they followed. And there was no comic book people. So some of those people are just going there for the coffee, which maybe it exposes them to comics, and after a bit of time they try one out. I don't know, but it's awesome that it brings people in, and also they have great taste in music. And all the shops we've spoken to, I was just looking yesterday, and Dave had an Agent Orange T-shirt on. I was like, that's awesome. And then the song they chose for the Inkpulp tour ad they put up was a Sonic Youth song.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So I was like, they know what they're doing. And I think the first time we got on camera with Candace, she had a Judas Priest shirt on. I was like, oh shit. All right.
That's something that you guys should work on. You guys should build a collaborative Inkpulp tour mix. I think that would be a fun thing, and then share it with the community, post it in Discord and post it on Instagram and all that. But maybe each of you pick 5 songs. I don't know if Eric listens to music. I'm sure he does.
No, music is too joyful.
Actually, wait. Actually, I do want to ask Matteo something. We've known Eric a long time. We're very good friends with Eric. Do you know if he likes music?
I don't think he listens to music.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I think of you, Matteo, I know you're a huge metal guy, and I'm sure our tastes align somewhere. And I know Sean's music taste, and I know Jim's music taste, which is Jim's probably got the widest variety of music that I've ever heard anybody really talk about.
Because again, he doesn't have a real personality, so he listens to more or less everything.
Jim is like Switzerland. For the most part, Jim is like Switzerland. He is very neutral unless he went off when we were in Japan. I don't think he'll mind me saying this. We were at dinner. This is towards the end of the trip. And I guess we were talking about comics and the modern kind of comic convention, and he just went off on all of it. He was like, the fucking slabs and these people with their books that they think are going to be worth so much money. I'm like, Jim, you do know what I do for a living, right? But
forgot for a second.
Yeah, he needed to let it out. It was maybe it was the last day of Tokyo Comic Con or the day after or something like that. Mm-hmm. But
let's face it. The last day of a con, we're all starting to crack at the seams. It's pretty intense.
Yeah. It was
the fact that all of us are still such good friends, and even after the tour has ended, we're not cracking with each other. We're cracking about other shit. It says a lot about the friendship.
Oh, of course. I mean, look, you guys have built this thing. I mean, Shawn, you're the architect, but you guys together built this thing. You added to the house, all of you, and it's something to be proud of. Even if the tour leaves you guys feeling exhausted in every way, shape, or form, it's something to be super proud of.
Definitely. Well, look,
absolutely.
It's kind of you to say I'm the architect. I'm not. I was doing something, with my I was podcasting, out of trying to figure out how to grow my my name, grow my business. My friends just luckily joined in. I didn't plan it. I was just a lucky recipient of it. And then after that,
which friends are you talking about?
you and Eric and Jim.
Oh, it's funny. Okay.
You're like, friend? I didn't know we were friends.
Oh, you're not a friend. Oh, am I assuming too much, Matteo?
Yeah, I don't know where you got this from. Like, whoa. Slow
this
down.
tour may not even start.
Slow your roll. I've never met you.
Acquaintances.
I really don't like you.
Well, here we go. The Inkpulp podcast is cracking right now in real time.
This is the first crack. You're seeing the first crack, and it will become like a huge black hole by the end of the tour.
A gaping hole.
Yeah.
Shawn, unfortunately, I do have to tell you my ulterior motive to having you guys on today is to destroy Inkpulp. And then me and Maddie are going to start a podcast called Jesus, This is Fucking Terrible. That's what the podcast is going to be called. Jesus, This is Fucking Terrible.
Look, I'm just going to tell you that. But look, Jim's going to stay with me. And if you guys want to go head to head, that could be trouble, Dave. I don't think you want that kind of ruckus.
I mean, I could just tell Jim that I'm commissioning him for like 15 pieces. Who do you think he's going to side with? You?
He'll sell me out for that.
Yeah. So in this entire awesome, chaotic, fun tour, we've got this to talk about because this is coming soon. Is there a start date for the Kickstarter yet?
It should be March 17th. Like, I don't want to speak too soon, but that was our plan. That's our planned date. And I think we're gonna make it. Like, we're defining, things are shaping up. So I think it's gonna happen. So that's the date that we elected.
More or less.
More or less. We're trying to make it happen by March 17th. If not, it's going to be really close to that date. Worst case scenario is going to be the very next week, but no later than that. Yeah. And we're really excited. We're super tired. Like the other day I texted Shawn. I was like, dude, I need your help. Like, I'm dying here. So please help me out.
Yeah.
Because right now we're in that phase where we're setting up all the rewards with all the prices and all the shipping costs.
Sure.
And what I'm trying to do with this book, because basically one of the problems with Kickstarter campaigns for outsiders, like the European people, for example, like one of the main thing that, that stops them from contributing to a Kickstarter campaign is the shipping costs. And on top of that, you have to add the how do you call them, the tariffs that we have, that we've always been having. And so what I'm trying to do is to solve this main problem, because I think we have a good chunk of people that would be interested in buying the book in Europe as well. So
of course.
We have two distributors. One is Shawn for the States and, Central America and Australia. And then we have a separate distributor for Europe.
Smart.
Who's going to handle all the Europe, Eastern Europe and all that areas. And so that even people from Europe can avoid spending too much money for shipping and tariffs. And but by doing that, now you have a new problem, which is you have to insert every single price for every single
country
item for every single item, because otherwise there's another option, which is just Europe, and that covers all Europe,
which is what I did.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm shipping from the States. So the difference between shipping to Germany or Italy isn't that big of a difference. But if you're shipping from France and you're shipping to a neighboring country or shipping to like that can change.
Sure. Yeah. It's
so.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I was just saying, I was just closing it by saying, yeah, so now I have this huge list of countries and all to mix up with all the right prices, and I have to insert every data in the correct way. So it's gonna be a lot of work.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, for creators these days, like this is a conversation that it's maybe only like you have to have in the last 5 years. This was never a thing. Obviously, in a good and bad way. The bad is it was never a thing because most people in other countries couldn't get these books, and in a good way, it wasn't a thing because we didn't have the kind of shitfest that shipping is these days.
Right.
And how much for both of you, as Shawn, you just did your Kickstarter, but you're also the publisher for this, and Matteo with this Kickstarter, like how much of this is really like a percentage of your energy is going into this? If 100% is this book, is it like 40% is figuring out the shipping and all that?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. I mean, from doing Cyan, just the whole campaign, the building of it, the preparing for it, the marketing, the fulfillment, it's a massive undertaking.
Yeah.
It's one someone can do. I did it and I learned a lot from doing it, and I didn't have any really bad hiccups. But every day there's a hiccup of some kind that you got to put out a fire. But as someone who's starting a publishing business in Inkpulp, it was an invaluable learning tool.
Yeah.
And I spent 15 years just head down drawing for Marvel and DC. Like all I had to worry about was getting into my studio and meeting my mark for the day, and then meeting my deadline for the company. And in a lot of ways, that's an easier way to be. But in the end, I couldn't build a business off of that. Some people do really well with that. I didn't. So it's a totally different way of being, because you've got, we had Marco Djurdjevic on the show a lot, and Marco, I loved what he said. He's like, I have an art brain and I have a business brain.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm doing too much art, my business brain gets restless. And when I'm doing too much business, my art brain gets restless. And I think a lot of artists are either don't have that business brain, or they're afraid to say they have it because it will take away from the art. It's a hard thing to balance.
Oh yeah.
Both. And Matteo, you're dealing with that now.
Oh yeah. And there's so many moving parts that when you think about even this thing of distributing and all this stuff, the shipping, the fulfillment, there's so many steps ahead, because first of all, you gotta have an idea of how your book is gonna look like, and the kind of paper and all that stuff, like how many pages exactly, because then you gotta talk to the printer, and then you gotta select the paper. So having an idea, have a clear idea of what's the product that you're going to put out, allows you to communicate properly with a printer that can give you a proper quote on not only how much the book is going to cost, but the sizes and the weights. So with those, then you got to go back to the distributor and tell them, listen, I have, this is all the data. And then you have to have clear in your head, what are the rewards gonna be, because depending on what you put in the rewards, everything has a weight and then as a size. So
it changes everything.
And it's still guesswork, because you could get your quotes and be ready to go, and then realize, oh shit, I need to add a page for some reason at the last second. It's going to throw everything off, or the printer realizes something, or it's all guesswork, and you just want to guess in a way that you don't screw yourself. Like I realized on my Kickstarter, after it was done, I was like, if my estimates on shipping were off, I could lose
money.
Yeah. So it's tricky.
I mean,
absolutely.
I guess it pays also, like, okay, Fourth Father's coming out and you decide you're going to do another book. It makes sense, like, to do it Jim's way after that. Like, Jim did the first book. He locked in everything that he rewards and all that. And then he just mirrored that for the second book. So he doesn't have to, deviate from those quotes. But, then you also have to deal with the fact that USPS just upped their rates.
Well,
you
that's
know,
the other thing.
2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah, like we could get
I didn't
quotes
know
in
that.
right now. Like we're locking in these quotes right now. By the time we ship, shipping could have gone up.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to like account for some error.
Before we started recording, I received an email from our distributor in
Mhm.
Europe. And he just told us, "Oh, wait a second. I realized that by the sizes that you gave me for the artist edition, for example, which is the oversized one,
Yeah.
we put in the wrong box. So add like
Shit.
1.5 to 2 euros extra to the prices that I gave you. So now I have to consider that. And it's it's not even an exact number. It's add
You're right.
1.5 or 2, which I don't know.
Right.
Best
Add the
case
2.
scenario, I got 2,000, 2,000 backers. If I messed up that one, it's gonna be,
Right.
500, 1,000
Whatever it
extra
is.
dollars that I have to pull out of my
Totally.
pocket, So it's
Totally.
it's complicated.
So I did want to ask on the Kickstarter, because I don't really see, I see people kind of shying away from even saying anything about like, don't worry, like there's the late pledge thing. We've seen Jim do it. I've seen some other Kickstarters do it.
I did it too. Yeah.
Yeah, you did it. And I think I don't see anybody really say this. Like, does it make sense to tell your backers, like, look, if you can't back this now, but you're going to New York Comic Con, I will have this there. Or I'm going to be at Luca,
So what I did was, you want to make the Kickstarter thing an exclusive thing.
Sure.
So for me, it came down to pricing. Getting in on the campaign meant you were going to get the best price.
Yeah.
Late pledging didn't get the same price as the live campaign price.
Yeah.
They paid a little bit more. And then, of course, and I would tell people this, like, I can't contribute now, but I'll have it at New York Comic Con. It's just going to be a little more expensive.
Of course. You got to add the travel costs onto it.
Right. Well, it's just,
it's also a reward for people that buy it during the campaign.
Exactly.
You want to reward a behavior that you want to promote, So
yeah.
I think
it's like you supported this independent venture at its earliest point. So I want to give you a break on that. It's easy to go and buy something after like a bunch of people be like, dude, you got to get this. It's awesome. But to get a book you can't even look through, to put your money down on something you can't hold and feel and see, that's a bit of a risk.
It's a commitment.
Yeah. So, but with someone like Matteo, you like his fans know, like, well, I know Matteo's a quality driven person, so I trust that. But it's still a risk. So you want to
then they see
that.
me on the show with you, and then they start questioning my taste. So it's a kind of,
I mean, the one thing that they'll see though is that you have the youth. You got 2 gray beards, and then you barely have that white gray beard there. So they're going to be like, maybe I'll go with the young guy. Maybe he's the most progressive, yet he's not. He's probably the least
absolutely
progressive.
Not. They don't know what they're in for.
What everybody doesn't know is that you actually own the market of red hats in Italy, and it's all make whatever bad thing that you have a hat that says "Make that great again."
Yeah. Oh, you mentioned that The Fourth Father is a racist book. Like,
it's about a slave owner. It's about a slave owner.
I mean, the Fourth Reich, the Fourth Father. I mean,
oh my God.
Yeah, you see, it's all black and white.
Oh, but. What I was thinking also, and when I was saying that, is that I feel like the exclusivity makes sense, right? Like, back to Kickstarter, get in on the ground floor, but because it's comics, right? And the way that comic buying habits work, people go to the store every Wednesday to buy a book. They buy like 5 books, they buy 20 books. They're slapping down their money. But they like the idea of pulling that thing off the rack and buying it. And do you see a pushback from people, or not a pushback, but a lack of backing sometimes from people on Kickstarter, because the comic buying habit is more an in-person thing?
I feel like it's and we've talked about this with a lot of creators. It almost feels like it's two different markets.
Mm-hmm.
So
That
the
makes sense.
Kickstarter market is not necessarily the same market as the Wednesday
The
Warriors.
Wednesday Warrior, yeah.
So I like I've seen like Massive tried to do something where they tapped into both markets, and I don't know in the long run what they. Do you know, Matteo, what like if they felt it was successful what they tried or not?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I would be
Like I
curious to
know they
talk to
were
them.
trying to do something,
Yeah,
that would make, at least that was the intent, to make everybody
right,
happy. But
right.
I don't know.
So their idea was hit the Kickstarter market with the Kickstarter, then
Mm-hmm.
release the book through the direct distribution market, and then
And
fulfill the
then ship
Kickstarter.
out, yeah, fulfill the
Right.
Kickstarter, yeah.
So
That's an
I don't.
interesting one.
Yeah,
But in the difference was that in the Kickstarter you'd have special things which
right, like
were not part of the direct distribution market.
right, like the Kickstarter was like a nice hardcover edition, and
Right.
then direct market was for floppies, 4 floppies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could
So
get the floppies on the Kickstarter, but there were
oh,
different
could you?
floppies, like more
Okay.
Oh,
exclusive
okay.
floppies.
For me, I feel like the Kickstarter it's an experience you get to be a part of, which
Of
makes it very
course.
different. Like if you're running a good campaign, you're giving updates every day, you're showing things being made. Like the person who invests in their copy also gets to be a part of the journey of production.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for some people that's an exciting thing to be a part of.
I 100% agree with that. I mean, I love Kickstarters because it's like, I mean, I know way too much about the business, but even if I didn't, I just know the simplicity of I'm backing this directly. This person's getting my money. They'll lose, whatever the percentage is, but
Right.
they're guaranteed to have that income once that ends. And,
Right.
that's fine. But I kind of like what, I mean, obviously it's Kelly Jones and Matt Wagner, but what they did with the
Yeah.
Dracula book is like, here's the hardcover, here's all the cool stuff. The hardcover is only available through the Kickstarter.
Right.
And then we're going to get you the trade via Dark Horse. And it's like, okay,
Right.
well,
I think that's the model a lot of us are looking at. I mean, not just what they're doing, but I mean, we've been talking about this for years, is like do a Kickstarter edition. And then, after that's all done and out, then go do like an Image edition or a Dark
Yeah.
Horse edition.
Yeah.
I think that's a smart way to go.
and it's it in the simplistic way, in like the let's call it the casual comic reader. It adds validity to it in the casual comic reader that, Image is putting this out too.
Right.
Oh shit, I should back this. Or Dark Horse is putting it out too. I should back this because I want the cool version.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's name brand recognition type thing. Like it
Sure.
exists in all kind of media.
Sure.
Yeah. Dave, I wanted to ask you something. So for a person who's doing, who's gonna be doing launch a Kickstarter campaign soon, what's the way? Because generally speaking, a Kickstarter campaign is not that attractive for the way the market works right now for a retailer normally. Okay, so you express your attraction to it, but as a fan yourself, to have your thing, but for yourself, Dave, but not Dave as a retailer, I imagine.
Sure.
So what can an artist like myself who's doing a Kickstarter, who's launching a Kickstarter, make my product attractive for potentially for a retailer as well? In terms of, and literally I'm talking about practical stuff, like
Sure.
if you have a TPB, like let's say, for example, like my book is gonna be, I'm gonna have 2 versions. Maybe I already said that on our previews episode, but I'm gonna be having a TPB soft cover, nice with a spot UV, black and white, 200 pages, comic book size. And then I'm gonna have a deluxe version, 11 by 14, hardcover, no dialogues, only art, nice paper, rough paper, 220 pages. These are the main products.
Yeah, the main 2. Yeah,
they're gonna be available. Is there a way I can make at least the TPB product attractive to a retailer?
Yeah. I'll use Jim as an example because I backed the first Kickstarter, Savage Street, at just the retailer box, 10 copies for whatever it was, half cover. I sold every single one of them on my show,
Nice.
and now we're talking about this year. I'm going to order, we haven't determined the amount. I'm going to get like a version where he's signing everyone in the back, but I think he's going to do like the West Coast Davengers edition. He's going to sign it that way. And for me, like, my audience will know about this now, but it doesn't matter because his Kickstarter is over. But for me, I'm not taking away from anybody that would have backed it. I'm just giving people the option to own it after the fact, and then that'll probably prompt them to back the next one. So if you're getting, if you at a retailer level, which I think is a brilliant idea, it's absolutely brilliant because you're not taking away from any other possible sale. You're just adding. What you do is, like, let's say you do the retailer option and 50 stores order copies. Let's just say, you get 10, 50, orders of 10.
Yeah.
Offer to do that. Just sign it with the store name and number it out of that amount of copies. Like, that goes a long way, because then to the customer coming into the store and they're like, oh, I didn't realize he did this. Okay. I didn't realize he did this, and it's signed to the store that I buy comics at. Like, imagine every artist with a new book just decided to do that. Like, I'm going to send 25 copies to this store and I'm going to remark them with this store name. Like that, people as both retailer and a customer, to know that my store, the place that I love going every Wednesday, has copies of your new book signed with that store name on it. It's like, oh, that makes it so much better. And if you're offering it at half, and the cost to the customer is not more expensive than the cover price, than whatever, the cover price, hell yeah, who wouldn't buy that?
Right.
It's those little things that we think about or we don't think about, like the personalization to the thing, or something exclusive that doesn't really add more to your work. Sure, it'll take you maybe a completion total of an extra 10 minutes signing all these books with an extra thing, but it goes a long way. I think
makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's something I want to get into more with my friends, is having their books out at my show and have it be like exclusive to my show. Like, if I bought 10 copies of the Inkpulp hardcover and you sign them in the West Coast Davengers edition in there or something like that, I want to pay you for them. I'll make a little money. And because you guys have, people who are on my channel, I am turning on new people to your work every time somebody's on my channel.
Right.
And if I can sell their work and everybody makes money, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It makes absolute sense.
Yeah. I've been waiting for somebody to ask me that for a while, as you can tell.
Yeah, because I think there's always ways, as long as we start communicating and understand what the other person wants, we can try to, see what's possible. And for example, this thing of I was always thinking, okay, it's just a matter of money. So in my head was just, give me a price. Like, do you want 50% off? Do you want, just tell me the numbers and I'll see if I can make those numbers work. But at the same time, you're just telling me, no, it's not really the numbers. You don't need to sacrifice so much on the numbers. You just do something special, and that will, encourage people to buy it.
I was just going to say, this is the type of conversations we're hoping to have with every store, so that we can learn from this, and then when we do the next round, we'll have that information.
And I'm friends with a lot of LCS owners around the country. My guy in Tacoma, Stargazer Comics, like, we have this conversation all the time of like, I finally said to him, I'm like, let's do something together. Let me use my name, and let me use your store, and you use my name, and let's do something together. So in a week, 2 weeks after OAX, I'm going to do a live sale on my channel from their store with their
Oh,
inventory.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Cool.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. And, I told them, I was like, look, I can't guarantee you there's going to be 100 people watching, but the last 2 weeks on my live sales, there have been over 100 people watching.
That's
And
great.
That's awesome, man.
yeah. And if it does me only good.
Which night are you doing this?
I'm Friday the 21st, I think it is. The 27th. 27th.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it does me no harm to put more people into the butt of the more butts into the store that I go to every week.
Awesome.
I just like you guys understand, like there's 4 of you that could be promoting a book at any given time. And if Matteo and Eric are promoting a book, that's not going to take away from either of them. It's just going to add because there's a connectivity, to it.
Element.
So, anything else we want to promote or talk about before we?
No, generally speaking, if you want, I would love to tell you the about the campaign, like in practical terms, since it's about to start. I think when is this coming out?
This will be out next week from today, actually.
Okay.
Right before,
So just
right as
real
the
quick,
tour
since
starts.
we've defined finally older words, like what you'll have available on the campaign is going to be the fourth fodder, like the full TPB softcover, the one that I mentioned before, then the artist edition, and then for the first around 100 people that will order the TPB and artist edition, will get a free pencil study. The ones that I'm showing on the internet. Just I have an example here. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
wow.
this piece of
I think
paper
you posted that the other day, right?
Yeah. So basically, you're gonna be having one of these for free in your package. So for the first, I think 100, we still have to decide the number because I have to still check how many I have, but it's gonna be around that number. And then we're gonna be having a super limited version of the artist edition, which is a painted cover. So it's gonna be limited to 4. And with a fully painted cover in black and white, but painted, like basically done with the book inside.
A personal
Gonna be doing a
cover. That's
personalized
awesome.
cover.
Oh, Christ. I'm going to have to spend all of the money.
and then we're gonna be having the retailer version, so 10 books of the 10 TPBs, and the retailer plus is gonna be 10 TPBs and 5 artist editions.
Wow.
And then we're gonna have a few add-ons in there. So we're gonna be having the signature, which I know that normally the signature comes with the book, but the problem is that what I'll have to do once the books are ready and shipped, I'm gonna have to fly to Atlanta to Shawn's and sign them all and do all the stuff, and then go back to Italy, then go to the other distributor and do the same. So there's traveling and time away from family involved in this. So.
Of course.
Traveling's the minimal cost of it. He has to deal with me for the time he spends in Atlanta.
Exactly.
Just send the books. Come to Seattle. Come to Tacoma. It's so much easier here.
And then you can get a personalized sketch inside the books.
That's cool.
And that's another reason why I'll have to, go. Just so you know, the signature, once you pay for one signature, you get all the items signed. So you don't have to pay for each single signature. And if you buy the sketch, you don't have to pay for the signature. So sketch includes the signature, but everything's gonna be clarified in a nice way on the campaign page. And then there's gonna be 2 Inkpulp add-ons, like a small, like a mini prints set. So it's gonna be 4 prints, one by me, one by Shawn, one by Eric, and one by Jim. And then another cool thing that Shawn and I are gonna be doing, which is the Inkpulp advanced portfolio review. So normally we do portfolio reviews on our Patreon, and it's at 30 minutes. You send us your stuff, and then we'll review it during the show on Patreon. This time, you're gonna be on the Inkpulp podcast.
Oh shit!
On an hour episode. So basically, we're gonna interview you for 30 minutes, and then we're gonna give you your portfolio review. So you're gonna be on the show officially, and not on the Patreon, but
Right.
on
That's
YouTube.
huge exposure
YouTube.
for a cartoonist.
Yes.
So we thought it would be a really cool thing to do. That's all I'm offering the campaign. So we're trying to keep it as simple as possible.
Yeah, by also making a comic collector, a comic reader, and an art collector really, really spend all of it, because that's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be like, all right, well, on the artist edition cover, the 4 that you're doing, is it you choosing what you want to draw, or is it like pick a character from the book?
Well, I'm going to be doing like a cover quality thing. So the idea is that I'm going to be studying in advance all the compositions. It's not going to be just a character, like a blank cover with a character on. It's going to be like a full cover with elements, with all the characters and stuff. So it's going to be, that's why it's going to be a really expensive one. Like it's going to be a pretty expensive tier. That's why I limited it to 4, because I can't do, if it was just a character, there'd be like 10 or 15 available. Yeah. But in this case, just 4, because they're going to be full like cover quality.
Shit. That's amazing. Yeah. Wow. I know we're going to wrap it up in a sec, but you'll give me all the flyers for the tour. I'll make sure that every graphic's in there, and tour dates will be down below. But Shawn, anything that you've got coming up in the next couple of months besides everything that we talked about?
After that. Well, I'll be tattooing before OAX, and I'm in the Atlanta area tattooing. So I'm doing that. I've got a lot of cover work coming up this year. I'm doing mostly stuff at McFarlane, but I can't say much more than that. But I'm
excited for that.
Yeah, I guess the main thing is please subscribe to my newsletter. Go to inkpulp.tv, and there's a little pop-up window where you can capture your email. I announce all my things there, and my newsletters aren't just like trying to sell you stuff. I try to do newsletters that are either motivational, educational, just different things I'm trying to do with the newsletter. And please go to the YouTube channel on YouTube and subscribe.
Yeah, the Inkpulp. I mean, I don't talk about literally don't recommend any other channel frequently. It's you guys, and that's it.
Well, thank you, Dave.
And I tell people to go back and watch, every kayfabe video. That you want to learn about comics. Yeah. Boom, that's it. And then you can come to me, and I'll tickle your balls with some jokes.
All right.
Well, I'm not doing that at OAX. That costs money. You guys got commissions. I got ball ticklings.
Yes, you are, Dave. yes, you are, Dave.
Oh shit! Well, thank you both. I'm so excited to hang out and see you guys in a week and change. It's going to be a lot of fun, and
I'm excited for some Cuban coffees, buddy. I'm so excited for that.
Hell yeah. Thanks for watching that. I hope you had a good time. I hope you had a good couple of good laughs, and also learned some stuff about what it's like to be a creator doing their own book and also distributing their own book. So it's going to be exciting to see the success that Matteo is going to have with the Kickstarter for The Fourth Father. And I really hope that some of you are able to go to the tour and see them. And you can always mention that you watch them on this, and maybe they'll give you a big kiss, or they'll just be like, yeah, Dave's cool or something. Anyway, I'll post all the appropriate links in the description below. You gotta subscribe to Inkpulp. It is one of the best, if not the best, comics podcast out there that isn't mine. And for me, I have a Patreon where you can help support this channel for $5 a month. You get bonus videos from both this channel and my other channel, West Coast Davengers. It's all great, and even if it was mediocre, it's only $5 a month. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment down below if you're on YouTube, subscribe to it on one of your other podcast platforms, review it, rate it, etc., etc. Just engage with it, and I'll engage with you right through your ear or eye holes. Anyway, I'll see you next week for Jim Starlin on Direct Edition.